We're live.
We're live.
We're live.
The only way we can really kick this show off the right way, of course, obviously, a lot of us know what's going on tonight, if you
Mhm.
couldn't tell, what we're wearing. But the only way we're going to start this show tonight is off right, like this.
Brock Nelson trying to make it not matter. Nelson, the need for speed. Landeskog, yeah! Oh, Captain! My Captain! Welcome back, Cap! Gabe Landeskog!
This right here, hold on.
The Norse god of hockey has made it.
The North God of hockey, Gabe Landeskog. He's going to get a point tonight.
You watch. He
Feel
will.
it.
He
I can
will.
feel it.
I love Connor McGahey. He's so funny. Got to meet him a couple times actually. Super nice dude. Um, but yeah, he's by far and large the best radio announcer on the planet.
I love Mark Mosier, but I kind of want to listen to the radio just for Connor McGahey, that if Gabe scores, I gotta hear that.
Yeah, you can just listen to it.
Mhm.
But yes, it is Avalanche game 1 on the season for the 2025-2026 season. So we're obviously huge hockey fans. So we are decked out in Avs gear tonight. You know what's funny, dude, is I didn't even realize tonight was the first game. I thought it was Saturday.
No,
I
it's
forgot. I seriously thought they were opening the season at home. I didn't know it was tonight
no, yeah.
until yesterday when I was watching the Monday Night Football game. I saw they they announced it that it was like, "Oh yeah, game kickoff to the NHL season." I was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. They're
I got to
one of
watch it tomorrow.
yeah, this is one of their national, broadcast games, so they're one of 3 teams or, well, one of 3 games, uh, being broadcast tonight nationally on ESPN, and because I think the Blackhawks and somebody started at, like, 4:30 or 4 o'clock, and then I can't remember who the second game is, but, yeah, we're the last game at 8:30. Really?
Yeah,
I hate those West Coast games from Pacific time.
dude, it's horrible. Absolutely horrible. But anyways, welcome to the show, everybody. This is Hitting the Chip with Jake and Jordan. We won't sit there and talk about hockey all night long, even though we want to.
And we
Um, but a lot to kind of cover. We entitled this one "That's All, Folks." So, meaning that it's the end of the local season here for Colorado National Speedway.
Mhm,
Had the Halloween night. There was a lot. There was a lot that went on over the course of the night. A lot of fun, a lot of good things. Overall, there wasn't really a whole lot of drama um, for to end the season, but a few things here and there. But we'll kind of touch on as we get into this show.
just a long
Um,
day.
what's that?
So it was just a long day.
Oh fuck, that was a long day. But anyways, we'll touch on all those little points and then including a couple other little things with a small announcement at the very end of this show. So stay tuned. Um, and with that being said, want to give a little shout out to our presenting partner of this here podcast, and then we're just gonna jump right into it. We're gonna get going because, like I said, we got hockey to watch tonight. So,
Yeah.
with that being said, here's AAA service.
I know he's down there just making noises, stalling. He just puts so much work into keeping this act going.
Yeah, Mandy's still home. Her friend's gonna pick her up like any moment. Could you do like a loop around the block or something? Perfect. Okay. Yes. All right. Thanks. See you soon.
There we go.
I do have to say before you start recaps,
Go ahead.
I didn't actually look at the, race recap that Colorado National Speedway put out today. I just saw their initial post and some of the pictures. Did you go in and see the actual link?
Yeah, I have it up right now.
Yeah. You're in trouble, bro.
Why am I in trouble?
You you picture your daughter, Addie, in
Oh,
that.
yeah. In the
Yeah, you're in
cowgirl
trouble,
hat.
bro.
I know. Like, fuck. And she's all posing and shit.
I know.
I know. So it was really funny because Joe Starr took that photo and he's standing there. He's like, I need you to hold the candy bag. I'm like, for what? He goes, I need to get pictures. I was like, of who? He goes, your daughter. I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But no, it was really funny because they wanted to be scary clowns for Halloween, like for actual Halloween. And so they really wanted to dress up for it for this race, more or less. And we told them, like, we can't put on the whole makeup and everything because you're not going to have enough time. And, from when trick or treating is done to where you have to jump right into the car and go racing.
Well, even just from practice to getting out on the track, then putting the makeup on, and yeah, then taking it off to get back
Right.
there. Yeah, that's a lot.
Right. So I'm like, figure something else out for your Halloween costume to wear for this whole shindig. And I'm sitting on the couch and Nora comes downstairs and she's got my cowboy hat on with like Daisy Dukes and like crop top or like tank top. And I'm like, what are you doing? She didn't explain it to me prior to coming downstairs. She goes, what do you think? I was like, you look like shit. Go upstairs and change.
You need to go back upstairs and reevaluate what you have on.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, this is what I'm gonna wear for Halloween. I was like, oh my God. And then not even 2 minutes later, who comes downstairs with my other cowboy hat, same get up, flannel and everything, is Addie. And I'm like, oh my God. Okay. I was like, sure. Just don't lose or break my hats. That I will be pissed. So yeah, it's kind of funny. So if you haven't seen it, yeah, Addie's in one of the pictures there and whatnot. But it was the whole leading up to that was like, oh my God.
And this is at like 5:30 in the morning because we left at 6:30 to head out to Chris Mueller's to work on Nora's car. So that's even funnier that they got up that early and were awake and ready to go.
Well, yeah, because I went in to go wake him up because, yeah, we had to get up super early. And thanks to Chris Mueller for helping us out with a bunch of different stuff on Nora's car and getting it ready to go for Saturday. But yeah, I was up about 5 o'clock, went in there. Both of them were wide awake, ready to go. I'm like, sweet. I never met that has never happened before ever.
Mhm.
Trying to get them two up for school in the morning is like pulling teeth. So
Yeah, because it's not school. It's
race day.
retreat and racing.
Yeah, race day. It's amazing when what they'll do to go racing versus, having to go to school. But I
That's
can't
funny.
I can't say anything bad because I was the same exact way.
Yeah. If you knew
There
there was racing going on, your ass would have been up at 4:30.
It's hereditary. I take fault in that, and my wife will blame me for it too. So,
100%.
all right, let's jump into it. It was I forget the official title for it. It was the Coca-Cola Halloween celebration at Colorado National Speedway. So a lot of different racing going on. You had the Bandos and the Legends. It was their championship night. You had the Pure Stock, Super Stock combined race. You had figure eights as well as trains and the demo cross. So there was a lot on the docket for that
Mhm.
night. But this is seriously, it's like one of my favorite nights of the year because um like as we've mentioned multiple times throughout the year is the super stock pure stock combined race.
Mhm.
And in this particular one, 30 of them showed up. And then usually there's a good handful or more that will go from that race over to the figure eight race and participate, which they did again. So it ended up having 18 cars in the figure eight race as well. So yeah, this is one of my favorites. Because it's a little bit more low key for those other divisions. They don't it's not a super serious night. It's still racing, but there's a lot of people driving other people's cars and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Just a lot of fun that kind of conspires from it. But anyways, we'll start off. I'll talk about bandos and then we'll get into the other races. Um, Started off with the junior bandits. They had 3 participants on Saturday night. It was Maverick Archiga, Leah Almaswari, and Addie G. Um, the first race, all 3 of them ran right with each other. So it was a good little battle between all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Made for a
Well,
good little race.
yeah.
Then Maverick ended up taking the lead late and then ended up winning it, but no issues in that race. They all ran hard and kicked
Yeah,
ass.
came down to who's gonna make the accidental mistake and who's gonna take advantage of it, and
Mhm.
nobody really made a mistake. Just Maverick, yeah, late in that race, just got an opportunity and took it, and yeah, took the win. That was fun to watch.
Yeah, it was a fun little race for the junior bandits, and they all did a very good job this year. All three of them, all of them grew as far as like being behind the steering wheel. Um, Parts of the year where they'd be super fast, or maybe they'd be a little timid, and then by the end of the year, I think all of them had the confidence that they needed going into next season, that they're going to be able to compete on a much grander scale with the regular bandits next year. So
Mhm.
second race, Addie started on the pole. First corner, well, coming around the cones, I guess she spun out. Her dad's kind of a dipshit and didn't bolt down the window. I guess the window body part, and it came up off the car. Well, she spun out down in the infield. The official went over, put it back on the car, and then told her she had to park it. So
I don't understand why he told her to do that because
so
the
I got a little clarification on it. So, and I hadn't told you this yet, but
yeah, because I was about to
got
rip somebody's ass in this segment, so go ahead.
you can still rip somebody's ass because
Okay.
I still don't I disagree with it. But because of the loose body part, they called it a loose body part and said and wasn't latched down, and so they determined that to be, if she continues on, then it could fly off, and then that would cause a caution and blah blah blah. So that was the part of it. But anyways, they had put it back on and flopped, locked the latch on the back of the car to where the roof wouldn't go anywhere. But I mean, it's the last race of the year. Like
Exactly.
just let her go.
Yeah, there's no money that they win. They should be racing like we've talked about before. They should be racing. All bandos should be racing for free and not have to buy a pit pass. And the I mean, it's a windshield. It never actually flew off. It's still there's a part bolted it down. It's just
Mhm.
there's two parts on the end that just makes it flap up a little bit. But when you're driving forward and not spinning out, aerodynamics,
Mm,
downforce on the windshield, it's not gonna go anywhere. And
no.
if she doesn't spin out, there's no reason to worry. She finished the first race in the same way.
Well, and
So,
there's 3 of them. If it
yeah,
was like 12 of them, okay,
yeah,
I understand that. But yeah,
right.
there was only 3 of them, so
Like,
it's like,
for
just
crying
let
out
her
loud.
go.
It's the last race.
She was
She
gonna be 2, 3 laps down as it was anyways, so
Yeah,
it wouldn't have mattered.
after the race, that's what she said. She was bawling her eyes out, I'm trying to help console her. Val, Maverick's grandma, she was over there consoling her too, and I had to run back to the pits or our pit to get tools to take the carburetor off, and so thanks, Val, for helping with that because I'm, like, feeling bad myself, like, here my niece is all she wanted to do was finish the race. She didn't even care where she finished, she just wanted to finish her
Finish,
last
yeah.
race, and they tell her to park it. Like, I don't agree with it,
Yeah.
but, you
It is
know
what it is.
Yep.
But Maverick ended up getting the lead, and he kinda drove away with it.
Yeah.
And then he ended
Good
up
for
getting
him.
the championship out of it, so super proud of that young man. He's only 8 years old. He's about yay tall. Looks like he can barely see over the steering wheel, but, he did a great job. Like, for
Yeah.
the junior kids, like I said, I thought they all did a great job, and they had a lot of fun, and they grew as drivers, and you can see that the camaraderie there was great, and,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm really looking forward to see what those 3 can do going into next season.
Yeah. Yeah. It was very surprising because even in tech for the other bandos too, they actually checked weight and
Yeah.
pulled the carburetors off to check restrictor plates, like,
Mhm.
finally, we're checking something other than
Y
just looking, you're good."
You're good.
Yeah. I mean, technically, I don't mind because pulling shit off of a bando is a pain in the ass in the first place.
Yeah.
So, I don't mind not having to do that, but at the same time, like we talk about with the big cars all the time, there's technical inspection, tech something, like
Yeah,
actually check the stuff,
yeah.
make sure everybody's good to go. Like,
I'm glad they checked the weight in the car. Like,
yeah.
that was something I was curious about all year because we
Hmm.
put them on the scales, but, you just
Well, and the fact that we misunderstood the rule of it needing to be 750 before the race, it's actually 750 after the
after the
race,
race. I know.
and
I misinterpreted that. I screwed
yeah,
that one up.
Patty was 3 pounds to the good without even running any laps except for the pace lap and a half a lap, and then
So thank
Nora was
God.
yeah, thank God, because Nora was, like, teetering 750, 751, 749, 750. She leveled out right at, like, 750, 751, but it was, like, their scales, I think, on that little pad that they had,
Mhm.
was like, "Okay, she's good," because it's, like, teetering right at
Right
750,
at
so it was
right
like,
there.
"Good thing," like, we maxed out the gas in that thing
I know.
'cause
I always do that just in case, and good thing I did.
Mhm,
So, we have it, like, pinpointed marked on in those little gas tanks, like, "Nope, need a little bit more."
mhm,
But, quickly go through the bandit race. The first feature, they ran them heads up. Uh, Norris spun out twice. Other than that, there was no issues. They all had a good race. Um, and I think it was Isaac who won the first one, and
yeah.
then Madison ended up finishing second. But then after that race, they were checking fuel in the car, and they determined that her fuel was illegal, and so they gave her a disqualification. So, and there in turn, there's no like in the rule book, it doesn't state you have to have like the certain fuel. So, but they want you to buy it from them. They want you to use their 91
But what
octane
is the
fuel.
official INEX? Do they not have an official fuel
I
rule?
don't I don't know. I
'Cause, I
haven't
mean, they
really
essentially go
dug
off
in.
of the INEX rules.
I know this is gonna sound really bad, but I haven't dug through the rule book that closely to look at the fuel portion. Um, and I have 2 kids that are running in the bandos, so that's gonna sound really bad. But
Well, especially coming up here in a couple
in a couple weeks, I know,
months.
now I'm gonna really have to, like,
Make sure that we, go through that with a fine tooth comb.
fine tooth comb through that rule book to make sure we're good. Um, but I know locally, like, they just want you to buy the fuel from there. But the, um, the thing about the fuel, I don't buy the fuel from that fuel tank. We bought it there before, but it's shitty fuel. Cars don't run worth of crap. Like, earlier in the year, we had bought, like, what, 2, 3 weeks in a row, and the cars just wouldn't run right, and you could smell it. It smelled like shit. It was dirty.
Well, we looked into the fuel cell or the fuel tank, which was brand new, like, we had
Mhm.
just bought that pink one from, On Track, and we looked down on the bottom of it, and it's like there's crap all over the bottom of it,
Yeah.
like, I wouldn't even put it in my generator if it was
Yeah.
that shitty. Like, there was just dirt or something, like, they need to empty that fuel cell that they got at the track out, clean it out, and then fill it back up because goddamn, it was dirty.
Yeah, and then we started buying it just from the local gas station down the street. We're like, "Screw that, I ain't buying that shit. Not running that crap in them motors." Like, just yeah. But anyways, I know I'll probably catch some flack for that, but whatever.
We got quite a few comments about it.
Yeah. Yeah, we few. So I know everybody's saying, "Yeah, there's a rule on it." I know I'm gonna have to kinda, like, dig into that a little bit more, but according to CNS, yeah, you gotta buy the 91 octane that's there at the racetrack. If you don't, and then they check it. Um, I don't know the specifics about, like, what fuel, if it was 110 or whatever was in that car, but, that's what they determined. So, at least on from the CNS side, she was disqualified, unfortunately, which kinda didn't help her cause to get the, for run for the championship.
Well,
I think
so
all Isaac had to do was basically start the race, and it was his anyways, but
yeah. Well,
still.
Corey said INEX didn't DQ her, points were posted today.
Oh, okay. I hadn't
So,
looked into the points
I'm
yet.
assuming that they rescinded that.
I know, I need the Highway 92 to update their points. I'm really I'm just
I was
kidding.
gonna say
I
after
don't
2
really care.
races.
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, then the second race, they inverted the entire field. So because Nora spun out and got passed a bunch of times, so she ended up starting on the pole, and she got out to an early lead and held it there, I think, till like 4 laps to go. And I felt so bad for her because she was hauling ass, man. Like she was I don't know what woke her up, man, but she was just pedaling that thing.
Mhm.
And yeah, with about 4 laps to go, Madison ended up passing her for the lead and um, took the win. But overall, I mean, it was a good race. I know Isaac spun like lap 2 or something like that, and then he ended up shit. I think he ended up finishing like 4th or something like that, even though spinning on like the first lap.
Yeah.
But but yeah, Madison ended up getting the win. Isaac ended up being your champion. So super proud of like the entire group. All those kids. Madison, Nora, Emerson, Isaac, Chandler, Dale. Gotta love Dale. Kylie, the Snyders. All those kids did such a great job this year. There wasn't a whole lot of incidents. I know we had a couple earlier on in the year, but they all drove really well, and you could see the progression. I mean, even from last year to this year, a lot of the kids, there was only about 2 3 kids, right? Like that were really fast. The rest of them were kind of like intermediate, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I mean,
Like
you
speed
can just
wise.
yeah, you can just tell I mean, you can hear them on the track. There's certain parts of the track that they lift last year, and by the end of this year, I mean, all of them sounded like they were going pedal to the metal, throttle to the floor, wound up
Yeah.
the whole time. So, yeah, it's nice to see the progression of all those kids and the new
Oh
kids.
yeah,
I mean, there's the 3 new kids this year that came out from not even racing bandos the year
yeah,
before, and I mean, Chandler Gasser, uh, Isaac,
yeah.
Maverick. I mean, Maverick, shoot, I think didn't he miss, like, the first race and then came out?
First few, yeah.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it was like, came out of nowhere, like, "Hey, who is this kid?" You know?
Yeah.
"He's fast as hell."
It's a lot of fun seeing the progression
Mhm,
of all these young kids because yeah, that's the future of racing. And the fact that there's I mean, just to end the season, right? There's 12 of them,
mhm,
11, 12 of them. And there was a couple that were participating earlier in the season that didn't make it towards the end. So, 15, I think, total throughout the season that kind of made races overall. That's awesome.
yeah,
Um, that's what we need. We need more of young drivers getting into it and progressing and moving on in the sport. I mean, that's the only way it's going to keep continuing to grow more or less. So,
mhm,
um, now the Outlaws, real quick. I didn't get to watch the first race. Um, but I know Lillian Tuttle ended up winning it. So I apologize. I didn't get to go watch the race if there was any drama or anything like that. Um, I do know Jackson Mueller ended up spinning out, or there was an incident there where he got spun or something happened with him because he ended up finishing at the rear of the field in the first one. And then the second one, it was like lap 1 corner coming around the cones. Somebody spun towards the front of the field, and then there was like 4 or 5 of them that spun. And Jackson started in the very back, went underneath all of it, took the lead from last position to that corner, like took the lead and then was gone from
mhm,
there. I mean, gone. He was like 2.5 seconds ahead by the end of that race. It was
yeah,
it was impressive from I mean, and he's only 11, so competing in the Outlaws, it's
yeah. He he
Action
he
Jackson,
yeah, and then his interview after the race,
of course.
heard him when we were over in tech, and I got one more thing to say. Are you not entertained? So
Yeah, you
now
gotta
I'm
tell him to
another
stop saying that, you're losing money.
I I posted on Anola's, Facebook post, was that Sunday or yesterday I think it was Sunday, her little recap of the weekend. I'm like, "Man, I'll have to start opening up a bank account for, Jackson and depleting my bank account, just transfer over, like,
You're gonna
just
fund
put
his
$100
college.
in there to start the year, and it'll just cover me for the year." So I might have to, now that the season's over, We're gonna have to go into like the big cars and start betting the big cars like $5.
The Jake Smith Scholarship Fund.
Yeah, the Jake
That's
Smith Are You Not Entertained
he can
scholarship.
use it as a write-off.
Be writing off a lot for friggin' Jackson.
Yeah, no shit. You owe that kid like $100 now.
Yeah, I went to go find him after the race and, give him his $10, and he's already gone. Addie and Nora were like, "Oh, yeah, he left. His grandma took him. They left already." I'm like, "Well, shoot, I had his $10."
Hey, saved you $10.
Yeah, well, I'll still give it to him.
I know.
I'm
I
sure
know.
we'll see him soon. Well,
But
I think we'll see him in Vegas, won't we? They're going to Vegas.
yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, we'll
So,
see
yeah,
him down there.
I'll have to give him if he wins that race and then says it again in Las Vegas, I'm gonna just be like, Dude, I'm gonna take your $10, I'm gonna go put it in the slot machine and see if I can, triple it or something." 'Cause
You might
apparently
as well use that luck.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Staying away from the strip while we're down there. Hell no. So anyways, to round out the points for the Bandolero Outlaws for the season, Liam Hammond ended up finishing second in that second feature. So he ended up walking away with it. He was 70 points up on Justin Bernard, 79 points up on Dutch Vanderwall. Lillian Total came in fourth, and then Ava Schneider ended up finishing fifth on the season for the points. So congratulations to Liam. He's a really good kid. I really like Liam. He's a good young man. He did a really good job. He ended up getting in a legend car at CNS for, I think it's his first time in a legend at CNS. So I think he's going to be moving up to that full time next year. Not 100% sure. I haven't talked to all of them yet about what his plan is, and I'm sure somebody will comment now. But yeah, good job by all the Outlaws. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of them moving up. You'll start seeing some cars go up for sale here soon. So if you want to get your kids or grandkids something into bando racing, keep an eye out on Facebook. Go get yourself a bando and bring some more kids out. We need some more. I love watching all these youngsters. It's a lot of fun. So, all right. Do you want to touch on the legends now? We're going to go with the championship ones first, and then we'll talk about the other divisions.
Yeah. I don't
Did you watch it?
I didn't watch the first feature.
Well, I had to.
I know you had to, but I don't think I got to watch the first feature.
The first one wasn't that bad.
I was gonna say, the first one didn't seem that bad because hell, all of a sudden it was like I was helping the girls get the bandos back in and checking stuff, and all of a sudden it was like I heard the legends, and then I look up and it's like the pure stock super stocks are already out on the track. I'm like, damn, did they just go green to checkered or something? But
Yeah, the first race, because it was short. It was only I think it was 15 laps or something like that. Super short main for the very first one.
let's see, 15
Yeah, it was
laps. Yeah,
15 lapper. Colton and Wyatt had a really good race up front. Scotty Scott was running up there. I mean, he's been coming on as of late too. Like he's been having a really strong showing in his legend car. I know he kind of struggled with it a little bit throughout the season, but he did a really good job. But man, I mean, I was really hoping that had something for the 78 car. I mean, that kid he's just fast. Colton's just flat out fast. And once he gets out in the front, it's hard to get around him. He's got a good line. He's got good pickup points. Car rotates well. Like it's just, and it's a momentum track. So unless you got it, I mean, it's hard to make a move once you get out front. So, but like I said, the first one wasn't too bad. There was one wreck. I believe it was that. What was it? Cody Milan ended up getting spun. Was that the one? Was that in the first one?
No, that was the second one.
That was the second one?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because
just briefly through the recap.
Yeah, I don't have that pulled up yet. I don't think that was in the first one. I think you're right. I think that was in the second one.
Yeah,
had
I
all
didn't really say anything about a caution in the first recap, but you don't remember it going green and checkered, then obviously there was one caution at least.
Yeah, I'm just paying attention to what was kinda going on, but, well, and
Yeah.
it like I said, it kind of all rolls into one. You're watching so many different races, you're kinda, like, trying to think back, you're like, "Oh, shit, what happened in that one?"
Yeah.
Um, but anyways, Colton Crocker ended up winning the first one. The second one was a mess. Like I said, I think that's the one where, uh, the 3 car plowed Cody Milan. Yeah, it was the second
Yeah.
one.
Well, it started off great. I think they ran almost 50
Uh,
laps, like
it was, like,
green
almost
green laps.
10 laps. It was almost 10 laps that they ran.
It it seemed a little more than that because, and again, this is, I don't know if I have bad juju of when I think of this, but, uh, to my head, I was like, "Oh, man, I might get a green to checkered second main championship night in the Legends," and all of a sudden, literally, like, 2 laps later,
Yeah,
yeah,
and I
car plowed Cody Milan, which I
we know
don't know.
how he is.
Yeah, well, he was actually leading, and Austin Steinke was behind him, and I think Austin was trying to just do a bump and run, and I think just got him a little too hard going into 3, and that's what caused Cody to spin, and then that's when everybody, started dodging, and the 3 car just late out of nowhere just plow, nowhere to go.
There was a couple instances there during that race where it was like the parting of the Red Sea,
Mhm.
and then cars are sitting in the middle of the racetrack and just people coming into the corner and they just can't see it and boom. I
Yeah,
mean, just plowing cars. So, I mean,
yeah,
it sucks and we can talk about spotter situations later, but
yeah,
I mean, that's how a lot of carnage happened more or less on Saturday.
yeah, and what really sucks is that CNS being, and obviously, I've never driven a legend car, let alone seen any legend racing at any other track. But at least seeing in Tucson, um, it seems kind of a multi-lane track,
Mhm.
at least for a little while until things kind of get spread out and then it becomes a one-lane track. Um, but at CNS, it is a bottom feeder track for those legend cars.
100%.
And what sucks is that if you don't start well and then at least try to get as many green flag laps in as humanly possible before the first caution. It's like after that first caution, literally the legend cars, it is that moniker of cautions breed cautions because everybody's trying to get down to the bottom as soon as possible, and you're pinching the hell out of, if you're on the top, you're pinching the hell out of the cars on the bottom, and with
Yeah.
them open wheels, it's one small but mistake or bobble in the car, and it just causes chaos.
100%.
So
Yeah, it's a game of inches there with those particular cars. 'Cause you're absolutely right. Majority of the drivers, they stick to the bottom. It's hard to make a car work up top. Uh, just don't frankly, I just don't think they have enough power,
yeah,
at that specific racetrack.
yeah.
And
And
go ahead.
I was gonna say, and especially last race of the year, to me, it looked like a lot of cars were coming out real low, unless you were,
Mhm,
far behind, like at least had a
mhm.
half car to a car length behind. Every car that came out of turn 2, at least that I could see, they were protecting that bottom coming out of the corner all the way down the straightaway. And, cars just they're trying to get down to that bottom and get to that inside and just
Mhm.
they push a little too hard. And I think that's just where the chaos comes from with legend cars right now. Everybody's trying to get every little position, and you know, I think a couple people have already said it in the comments already. The respect level kind of gets thrown out in a way, and it's just like who can get to the bottom, who can get to the inside, and just if you can't, just force your way in there, kind of thing.
And it's hard. I mean, you gotta remember you're in an open wheel race car.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter how fast you're going, you're still in an open wheel race car, and you're trying to force the thing in there like it's got fenders on it,
Hmm.
and bad results happen a lot of the times when you're doing shit like that. I mean,
Hmm.
we see it in the modifieds all the time where people try to push a car that's got no fenders on it and boom, jumping wheels or whatever the case may be, and you're
Yep.
tearing up quarter panels and all kinds of shit. And
Hmm.
um, I mean, yeah, I mean, we couldn't for longest time, we could only go 5, 4, 3, 4 laps, 5 laps tops, and finally it got to a point where, I mean, yeah, they had to cut the race short because it was just caution
Running
after
out of
caution
time.
after caution, and it wasn't just like one particular part of the field too. It was up front, it was in the middle, it was in the rear. Like there was just shit going on all over the place.
Yeah.
Um,
And I
and I
mean, with
get it. I mean, it's championship night and
right.
people are pushing hard, but
Well, and with that too, it kind of sucks for scoring. Like we in the race itself, when there was a point where I think Wyatt, you were spotting for Wyatt, and he was in third, and they
mm,
had him in fifth, and then he was in fourth, and they had him in like sixth. It was
mhm,
like, why he it race my race pass shows him in fourth. Why is he
yeah,
not up? And you're like, I don't know. That's where they got him scored. It's
yeah,
like I don't know what's going up in the scoring booth. I don't want to get into that because I don't know. I don't see how you can get it wrong when you can literally just go to the app and see everybody's position for their transponder. But you know, it sucks when a lot of cars are should be in one position and they're not, and then they're having to choose cone
mhm.
differently. But
Well,
oh,
and that's a good point because, like, where he was running 3rd, and then they put him back to 5th. I mean, had he stayed in 3rd, he would've been on the bottom
mhm,
to start the ensuing green flag, and then, yeah, he had to go. I'm yelling at him like, "Go to the top." No,
yeah,
top
get the
4
position.
cars went to the bottom. Go to the top, try to gain a position or 2, and we'll get
Mm,
you down as soon as we possibly can.
exactly.
Um, and a lot of people do that. I mean, look at Colton Crocker. He made a hell of a move earlier when one of the first few cautions, he was sitting like 6th or 7th, and like the first top 5 cars went down to the bottom, and then he fucking rolled to the top, and I'm like, "Ah, shit." Like
Yeah,
like you knew what was gonna happen at that point. He was gonna get
right.
down at any given moment, and then, I mean, giving him an opportunity where he's at least starting on the front row after a caution,
Mhm,
game over. Game
right.
over. So, yeah, unfortunately, they had to cut that race short. They went green, white, checkered, and they were wrecking on the white flag too. And that was a little bit dangerous there.
Yeah.
They had 2 cars. They were coming to the white, and there was cars wrecking on the backstretch, and they were stuck up in turn 3 at the top of turn 3, and they
Mhm,
took the white flag, and then they didn't throw the yellow flag. Like they're coming down the backstretch, and I'm like, "Oh my god, please nobody wreck." And sure as shit, people started wrecking. Luckily, not in turn 3. They were wrecking coming out of 1 or turn 2. Sorry, they were wrecking coming out of turn 2, and then they finally tripped the light. And I'm like, "Holy shit." I mean, there was 2 cars sitting there up in the on the entry of turn 3, and they're full tilt coming. It's the last lap,
mhm,
but holy shit, just play it safe. It's
yeah,
over. Just
right,
trip the light. I don't care.
right.
Rather
And I
save
don't
save people.
yeah, and I don't think that wreck or I wouldn't really call it a wreck. 2 cars just spun out, but I don't think the actual wreck behind it on the white flag had anything to do with people trying to avoid that.
Mm-mm.
I think
Mm-mm.
what happened, and this is just from what I've gotten from people at the race after the race, is that I think Brianna Bruce is in the 12 car
Mhm.
and was racing the 17 of Jeremy Kruger, and something happened where Jeremy, I guess, got kind of into her, and she went down into the gravel. And then when she kind of got the car collected and came back up on the track, it ended up kind of pushing Scotty Scott and Ryan Land into each other. And that's what happened with Ryan Land and Scotty Scott, is that just no room, and no fault at Brianna Bruce by any means. She's just trying to get the car straight and get back on
Mhm.
a track, and then just so happens just the chain reaction after that, and that's how those two wrecked. But just kind of a bummer for a couple of those cars wrecking last lap of the last race of the year, and then there was a bunch of stuff that happened in the pits and tech area and the top. I mean, there was like freaking 10 legend cars over there in tech. I think literally the top 10 was over there.
Which I thought was
And
interesting.
yeah, and just from what I got is that with Brianna Bruce being in the 12 and the 17 of Jeremy Kruger, their teams exchanged words in tech, and I guess one car wanted to protest the other car, and they brought them into the tech shed and closed the doors and talked it out, and out they came and said, "Okay, everybody's good. Get out of here." So I don't know what was said in the tech shed,
Would have loved to
but
have been a fly on the wall over
we
during
love
that one.
fly on the wall on that one, yes, for sure. But whatever was said, it was handled, and everybody was good to go, and off they went. I don't know what they checked in tech before all of that. I'm sure they checked something, but they held every car in there until they got done with whatever was going on in the tech shed, and then once they were, it was like, "Okay, bye."
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
interesting way to
it
end the season for the legend cars.
yeah, it was a bummer to
Mhm.
have it end like that, just complete wreck fest. And because there were parts of the season where you had some really good races, some, you know, green to checkered races. And then we had ones where
Wow.
what was it, the very first outing for the Cars Tour where they only got like what, 8 laps, 6 laps total or something like that because they
Mhm.
were wrecking. So
I didn't
it's
see this post.
hmm,
Corey Pearson said 14 cars wrecked for $100.
yeah.
That's shitty.
Well, and it's, I mean, there you go. I mean, is it worth doing some of that stuff on the racetrack for
Mm,
$100? Like, I know people take a lot of pride in this, but there's that respect factor that you talk about,
yeah.
that everybody talks about.
Mhm.
Give and take. We're not
Right.
out here. We're not true professionals here by any means. None of us, unless you got some sort of Menards backing, none of us are going to that next level. I'll tell you that right now. I don't mean to burst your bubble, but that shit ain't just gonna happen.
Right.
That's
And
not gonna happen.
for us, the way we see it is like, when we go out of town, what does it pay for 10th on down?
Yeah.
And if there is no difference from position to position, 10th on down, then if you're sitting in 13th position and somebody's racing you hard for 13th position, give them the
Oh,
friggin' position because
yeah.
A, it doesn't matter. You're not gonna get any more money out of it. And
Mhm.
B, you're just putting more stress on your stuff and that you don't need to. Now, granted, this is a points race and everybody's points battling, but at the same time, when you're kind of mid pack and you're battling it out for an extra, I mean, I'm apparently assuming that after a certain position uh, on the results, that yeah, everybody is just $100 from, let's just say, like 10th down. What's the point? There, especially on the last night, like what's the point in pushing it that hard? Let's go home with a complete race car
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
collect your $100 and see you next year,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, you save your stuff more or less,
Right.
right? Like, it's not worth it. Not worth having to fix a $30,000 race car because that's pretty much what those things cost brand new nowadays.
Yeah.
So, um, but congratulations to Colton Crocker. We didn't quite talk about the last lap. He passed Austin Steinke with 2 to go, coming to the white flag. Made a really good move, got up underneath him. They took the white. Um, then the yellow came out, and then yeah, they determined him the winner. So he was your official winner of both races, swept the night, and then also collected the championship on top of it. So
Yeah.
final point standings for the Legends cars this year. What's that?
I was gonna say, it sucks for Daryl Stewart because I think he was caught up in one of those wrecks,
He was.
uh, after Cody Milan deal, and I think that lost him the championship, didn't it? Or was he only in the championship for the INX, like the RMLRLA
I think it was
region?
the RMLRA
Oh, okay.
one. The one for CNS, Colton was out front, and there was a few points between him and Wyatt. But
Okay.
it ended up being Colton ended up winning it. Wyatt finished second with he was 33 points behind. Daryl Stewart ended up finishing third in points.
Mhm.
Brianna Bruce finished fourth. Warren Tuttle ended up finishing fifth. And then your rookie of the year was Austin Steinke, who ended up finishing sixth in points. So
And
congratulations to that young man.
saying, talk about, like, when we were talking about with bandos, their progression. Austin Steinke, his progression from start of the year to the end of the year, holy cow.
Yeah,
His
big
start
time.
of the year, he was, I'm not saying mid-pack, but, I mean, he was kinda in there, and then to the end of the year there, battling up front and led some laps and was pushing those last 2 or 3 races
Yeah,
for a win. So,
yeah.
I mean, damn, for a what is he, 11, 10, 11?
I think he's
He's up
12.
there, 12
I
somewhere, I
think
don't
he's 12.
but being up
I'm
there
pretty
and
sure
being
he's
up
12.
front and leading laps and competing with people that have been in their legends for a long time, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I mean, just another growth class, like, really, looking at looking at how many Legends cars competed this year. Now this includes the touring series, okay, because they had, local points to be had on those specific nights as well.
Right.
63 cars in the Legends this year that ended up rolling through the gates at CNS. That's a lot of fucking cars.
Lot.
63 cars. That's incredible.
Mhm.
So hopefully we start to see that progression again next year. I know there's going to be a lot of the same people competing again for the championship again. So it'll be interesting. And then we'll from the bandos up to the legends, because I know a lot of them take that step in the same, you know, INEX series. So they end up going from bandos up to that. Very few of them end up going to like pure stock, super stocks. I'm sure there might be a few, but a
Right.
lot of them end up just jumping and right into legends. So we'll see. We'll see what happens next season. See how many new faces and new cars we end up seeing. But 63 total this year. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's a very large number, and I'm sure we'll probably see more than that next year. Now that we know that the Cars Tour is coming back next season, along with that Legends, I forget what the name of that series is called, that's going with the Cars Tour. So
It's like the MMA or MMI or something like that.
something like that. Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, I think it's like the MMI.
Yeah. But pure stock, super stock race. Talk about that one real quick.
Yeah, 30 cars started. I mean, it was so many damn cars that by the time the last car got on the track from staging area, the pace car was already coming out of 4. It was like, God damn, a lot of cars out here. But where do I want to start with this one? I thought the race was great. There was a bunch of cars that had some mechanical issues or failures, I guess you could say, ending their night a little early. I know our buddy Greg was having some issues, and a couple other cars in the middle of the race, I think, had some issues and they had to drop off. Um, but what did they invert? I can't remember what they inverted on qualifying,
It was
but
like
it seemed like,
8 or something like that.
yeah, it seemed like,
6 or 8, something like
you
that.
know, Brent, I don't know who took quick time, but let me look actually real quick.
I say you can pull it up, bro.
Brent Cave took quick time, yeah, because it took him a while to get up to the front. I think him and Chris Cox were, 1, 2 or something like that,
They were
and
side by side with each other. Yeah,
yeah, on the start of
quite a
that
bit.
race, it took him a little bit to get up there, and, um, but I can't remember how many laps they went that, green flag, and then there was a couple incidents where, um, they had some yellows come out and a couple cars got wrecked. Um,
It was more towards the rear of the field that
it was more
those
towards the, yeah, rear
those
of the
happen.
field, and there was one particular car, and I don't mean to be overly judgmental on this. I think it was Tim Coates' car, old car,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I
Mhm.
think it was number 8. I don't know because there's 3 number 8s. I know it wasn't Tanner McKim because he's '08, which he had a transmission issue and he pulled off early. Um, there's an '08C, Mary Jane Carlson, and there's 8 Clay Johns. I'm assuming it's the 8 Clay Johns. I don't see how they didn't black flag this person for their overall speed, because there was a couple of times, like, Chris Cox and Brent Cave and
Mhm.
the leaders were battling each other, and this car was going extremely slower
Yeah.
than everybody else, and it was at points of the racetrack where it was like, "Oh, shit." what's going to happen here.
Yeah.
And everybody ran around this person pretty good. I just thought that that car was kind of
Off the pace.
well off the pace that they should just let's let's just go park it,
Yeah.
not possibly get it in the way. Because there was a couple cautions where a couple drivers, involved had to go to the back, and I think one particular one was Michael Cox. He got sent to the back, and he ended up starting up behind the 8 car, and so you're coming to the green flag, you're getting ready to go. This car, it was just
Like
dropping back, and he
6
had
car lengths back, yeah, and
yeah,
he couldn't pass him. I remember that.
yeah,
Yeah.
he had to slam on his brakes and, bald spot his tires a little bit there, so, um, it's like, uh, I don't know.
I know
I'm
it's a
all
newbie, totally understand.
yeah,
And that's probably the
everybody
race to, like, get yourself going and
yeah,
whatnot, but
everybody learns, but in a race like that with that many cars and everything,
yeah, there's still
I mean
30 plus cars on the track.
yeah, let's get you off you're off the pace,
Yeah.
let's get you off. But
Yeah.
other than that, I see, uh, Chris Cox blew Justin Young's tire. Son of a bitch. Blowing people's tires.
He did it on purpose.
Yeah, well,
I know he
and
did.
there was
Had those
there
spikes on it like from, what's that, Mel Gibson movie?
oh, Mad
Mad
Max.
Max. Yeah.
Yeah, just like little button, you just there you go, little fucker.
Screw you, Justin.
Yeah. Well, and there was one moment I wanted to go up to Chris after the race and be like, "There's a wall there, you know that, right?" Because
Yeah.
after one of the cautions, uh, he came out of the corner way high, and he was on the high side and come way high and just boom, just kinda hit the wall pretty good. I mean, it obviously didn't do anything enough to where he couldn't keep going because he ended up finishing second. So, it might have helped the car in a little bit. I don't know, but
Mhm.
yeah, he hit that wall and was like, "Whoa, there's a wall there, buddy."
I
But
mean, but overall, I thought that race was fantastic.
yeah,
A lot of great battles. I mean, they were I wouldn't say beating on each other, they were leaning on each other,
leaning hard.
right?
And I think one good positive out of it, and I was really hoping he was gonna get it and at least kinda maybe get in front of Brent and just try to keep him behind him. Troy Whittar,
Mhm.
there was one caution, I think he was sitting in, like, 6th or 7th, and everybody took the bottom. He's like, "Okay, thank you." Went r I mean, literally right up to 2nd place and on the outside.
And he hung in there on the outside,
Yeah,
for quite a few laps.
and then he got down, I think he was in 2nd or 3rd and held everybody off behind him, and then it was just slowly, lap after lap, they just started getting him a little bit, but he
Yeah,
still ended up 4th. I was really cheering for Troy,
yeah,
get a win for his dad and, um, you know, last race of the year. I mean, he hasn't really raced at all this year. I think maybe 2 or 3 times, if that,
yeah,
and
just a
come out
couple.
almost, almost be there at the end. I was, "Come on, Troy, come on, just spin that fucking 9 car out. Just dive bomb him.
Spin that fucking
Last race of the year, Dick. Can't
Sorry,
hold
Brent.
anything back now."
Sorry, Brent.
Yeah, I love you, Brent, but
Man, that
I
fucking
mean,
9 car though, man, it was on
he's
rails,
hooked
like,
up. I
when
mean,
he got out in front, he was, like, 5, 6 car lengths ahead,
that
and
fucking car's turning. I mean, it's
oh, dude.
like the cup cars at Texas and Charlotte years ago where they got all that yaw on the car for rear steer.
Yeah,
It's just like that car didn't even start entering the corner, and the car's already turning into the corner, and he hasn't even turned the steering wheel yet.
yeah.
It's like,
I mean,
god
that thing
damn,
was
that
just
car's turning.
hooked up and on rails. Um, I mean, he's done a good job.
Mhm,
I know he's worked his ass off getting that thing better and faster, and
mhm,
it's truly paid off for him, and he got this win, and, um, yeah, I mean, happy for the guy. I'm happy for that whole division.
mhm.
Um,
I thought it was a great race. I mean,
I
other
thought
than
it
a
was great.
couple
I
small
thought it was
incidents, I thought it was a great race.
I mean, and that's one of the I mean, I keep saying it, honestly, it's one of the best divisions to watch overall because I think the competition level, the talent is there. There's, numerous drivers that can handle themselves. They lean on each other without I mean, there's a few instances, but, majority of the field, like, they know how to race each other hard, and they can lean on each other without wrecking each other, more or less.
Mhm.
How many times they go green to checkered.
Mm-hmm.
They can run 3 wide, for God's sakes. We've seen them run 3 wide and never touch each other and put
Right.
on just really good shows. Um,
Yeah. And
so
they don't run radios, and they give more room for other people around them better than any other cars do
Mhm.
at CNS and any other division, and it's like maybe there's some people out there driving in different classes that should go down and maybe write some notes, watching the super stocks, pure stocks run together, or even just separate.
Yeah.
Just this is how you race respectfully, A.
Yeah.
And B, this is how you give people room.
Room.
When they have the position, you don't just all of a sudden
Yeah.
you give them the lane.
Yeah. It's a good show. I really like it. You know, I love this combined race because you got a shit ton of cars out there. And really there wasn't based off of the I'm gonna go to the official results now, and I'm gonna look to see where maybe some of the pure stock drivers ended up finishing overall. Let's see here. So, um, wasn't John Humphrey? Is he a pure stock or super stock?
No, he's a super stock.
So Sean Sully finished 8th.
But he
I
also
know,
has super stock. They run both.
but I thought that car was in a. Oh, that's right. That specific car was a super stock.
Yeah.
Rick Phillips, Justin Young. I mean,
Gage
I
Winard,
mean,
he's a pure stock. He finished
and he
13th.
finished 13th. I mean, out of 30,
I
that ain't bad.
I think Anthony Albright, I think he's a pure stock. I think I don't know. We're we're
We're guessing.
we're guessing.
We're totally guessing.
We could just easily pull up the lineups from the races or the points, but
We're lazy.
we're lazy. Let's just
But
say there was a good showing from the pure stocks. How
it
about
was a
that?
good showing from the pure stocks. Yeah. I mean, just again,
Ryan
with
Rader
my
Jr.
vote,
I know that.
combine the fucking things and
Yeah.
run one division, and you'll have 40 cars show up every weekend,
Mhm.
and you run a fast and a slow. And I'd rather see 30 some plus cars doing what they did on last Saturday every single weekend than anything else.
Mhm.
I'd run them every weekend. I really would. I wouldn't even don't give them guys a freaking week off. Let them run every single weekend with every show and let them go because they
Mhm.
put on a damn good show.
Yep.
So all you super stock, pure stock drivers, I just advocated for you guys to get 28 weeks out of the year. You guys are fucking racing.
Yeah. Start loading up on tires.
Yeah, start loading up on tires. Oh god. Anyways, all right, then moving on to the figure eights. So there was quite a few of them that ended up switching over and running in that. So let's see. Chris Cox was one of them. David Robinson was in there. Justin Young. Troy Woodard did it. Josh Hopkins.
Dylan
Josh
Verme
Hopkins did it.
Yarnickel.
Gage. What,
Oh,
6
Gage
or
ran it,
7?
huh? Yeah.
6 or 7 of
Joshua
them?
Hopkins.
Yeah. So that I mean, ended
That's
up
good.
having 18 start.
That's good.
That was great. And
Mhm.
and then the beauty of that is there was shit ton of action going on in the X.
Well, and not only that, but we were talking beforehand because in the pit meeting, Jim said that if you run it, you get paid. You just got to fill out the registration form, go
Which
up to
was
the,
free.
which is free. Yeah, just go up, sign up, and you'll get paid. So it's like, I'm not
And
blaming the rest of the pure stock, super stock guys and gals for not running it, but it's like at that point, it's like car's already there. Run 4 or 5 laps, come off the track. You not only got paid for the pure stock, super stock race, but you got paid for the figure eight race. You just got paid double.
yeah, and
So
you ran 4 or 5 laps.
yeah, exactly.
Hey, fuck it.
Yeah, like hey, you could say I did a figure eight race too.
Hey, I gotta give hats off to Chris Cox though. That dude drove his ass off, and you know that thing wasn't fully set up for a figure
Oh
eight.
no.
But
Oh
he
yeah,
finished
he
in the
was
top
he
5, and
was
that's pretty
feeling the shit out of
impressive.
that thing. I mean, even David Robinson, I think he
Yeah.
ended up he was smoking at the end of that race because he was driving it. I think he had damage on the front end
Yeah.
from something. I don't know if he got into somebody or what, but even he was driving the shit out of that car. And I don't know how old he is, but goddamn, he's
He's
That was
older.
fun. Huh?
I wouldn't say he's old, but he's older.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's, Larry Hunter old,
Yeah, that's true.
but,
Yeah.
or, Ed Vecchiarelli old, but I mean, he's well over 60, let's say that.
Yeah, but he did a great job. They all
Yeah,
did a great job. I
I
thought it was
know,
a
fun was fun.
fantastic show. Frank Gastineau was out front for quite a while,
Fuck, he was wheeling
and
that car.
yeah, he was wheeling the shit out of that
Mhm,
thing, and then because Jeremy finished, or he didn't finish, he started in the total rear of the field, and it took him a while to get up to the front, and then
mhm.
once he did, he was out in front of his brother, and I asked him after the race was over because you could see it. He'd come off the corner, and he was doing, like, half throttled through the X. I'm like, "Were you just fucking with your brother?" He goes, "Yeah." I'm like, "You're a
Well,
dick."
yeah. Well, and I thought it was kinda funny 'cause, uh, it looked like Jared was at least trying to make it hard on him and Michael Wolff.
He
There was a
was.
couple times
He
they
was.
gave both of them shots, like, after, battling him for a couple laps, and then especially when Michael Wolff got by him, you just all of a sudden see him coming in. I think he was coming across the X going into our turn 3,
Mhm.
and just boom, just gave Michael a good shot, like, "Some bitch, I'm here. If you screw
Yeah.
up, I'm right there," you
That
know?
pretty car of yours got a nice little donut on it.
Yep, got some yellow to it. But man, I feel bad for Frank Gastineau because man, he was wheeling the shit out of that car, and I think there was an incident coming back over into turn 2, so they're turn 3.
Mhm.
I think there was a spin, and he was coming out of our turn 4, his turn 2, and blew his right rear tire, just spun it himself, and it was like, "Ah, shit." He just burnt the shit out of that right rear, and I don't know if he ran something over, or if it just literally just wore out that bad, but man, it was just a heartbreaker for him because it was like, "Oh, man, you got this,"
He
and
was
then to be
running really well. I
yeah,
mean, that was the beauty of it, is there was quite a few lead changes in that thing, and then, like I said,
mhm,
the action in the X was awesome.
mhm.
Um, it was just action packed the whole race from start to
Oh,
finish,
that
really.
yeah,
Uh,
like Jared says here, it's such a good time racing that race. The X shots were incredible.
oh
Yes, they
yeah.
were. There was a couple of butt pucker moments. It was like,
Oh, there was more than
"Woo,
one, man. Like
woo."
there was a lot of action going on, and
Mhm,
that's the best part about figure eight racing is when you got action in the X and there's that many cars, there's something to watch all the way around the racetrack. Um, so yeah,
oh,
incredible. Hopefully, we can continue to see, um, that class grow, and maybe some of the super stock guys like get your shit ready and go run some figure eight races here and there.
so the truth comes out. Frank Gastineau was running a super late model right rear, so it was rubbing on the fender and just gave out finally.
Oh
So,
my
there we go.
god.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a points race, the championship was already crowned.
Whatever.
It's an
DQ me.
exhibition race, yeah, you know?
That's funny.
Yeah, just throw a right r just put a
Total
super
fuck it
late model
moment.
right
That's
rear on there.
awesome.
That's funny. Okay.
Oh, that's incredible.
Well, shit, that just tells you, hey, if Frank Gastineau was running that quick with just a right rear, well, what would he have done with all 4 tires on it at least slicks, at
That could
least
have been
slicks,
really interesting.
some F70s on the,
Figure
figure 8.
eights. That'd be an interesting tire to
Right,
see on figure
Bulgarian.
eights. But them Comanches, I mean, they do last quite a bit longer though. I mean, not I mean, I think
Oh,
they're
all
like
4. Oh, all 4.
4,500 pounds,
All
them
4 were
cars
super
are.
late model tires. Oh,
Oh, shit.
okay. No wonder he was so goddamn fast. He had them ST1 stars on the lefts and ST2 stars on the rights.
Them Coxacil tires.
So tired. You
Oh,
wanna go
that's funny.
faster and not blow your face?
Oh my god.
ST1 stars.
But great race. Congratulations to Jeremy Wall. I do have to comment on his post-race interview, giving a shout out to Julie. I hope she just gives him a lot of shit because he deserves it. But yeah, he always has some of the best interviews, to be honest with you. Love listening to him talk,
Mhm.
and that was a nice little moment. I got to give it
Mhm.
to him. That was a nice little moment. Congratulations. Um, he wasn't bullshitting when he was talking about her setting up that car and
Mhm.
doing the stuff on that thing. We
Yeah,
were talking about it after the race. I was like,
good
"You
woman.
really?" And she goes, "Yeah." So
Yeah. Yeah, we told her, "Hey, we need to get you on the show and talk about your husband instead of your husband being on iRacing while trying to talk to us." She's like, I don't think you want me to do that."
no,
I'm
we
like,
do. I would
"No,
love
we
to have
do."
a little chit chat with her. I would love to get a true racer's wife perspective. I
Yeah.
think it'd be very interesting.
Mhm.
Very interesting.
A technical outsider's eye of Jeremy Wall.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Behind the scenes moments.
Scenes, yeah.
So, all right, moving on to what else do we have for the night? Was it the
Yeah.
trains
Train
and the demo cross?
Yeah, the demo cross, they don't post the results of the demo cross.
Well, and
So,
you really couldn't see anything anyways. It was so freaking
yeah,
dusty out.
but at least we have the trains on here. I didn't watch it, but it was
I heard there was some drama.
I heard there was some drama too. I heard there was one that I don't know if it what happened to it, but coming back through the X into our turn 2, so their turn 3, I don't know if
Nicole
something
said one
happened.
of them hit the wall and started on fire.
Yeah, it was right there on turn 2, coming out of turn 2 wall right there on the back straightaway. That's what they were cleaning up right before the Bando race,
Yeah.
and, yeah, I don't Jared, since you were in the trains, you'll have to let us know what happened.
Chad hit the wall.
Um, Chad hit the wall, yeah, but did something happen? Was there drama, or did just something happen and just smack the wall and set on fire? We don't know. We're illiterate to that race because we were we weren't watching.
Yeah, we were not in the stands at that particular moment. We were trying to
Mhm.
get
Bando's
Bando
ready.
cars ready to go for their race, but um I will say this about the trains. They had some interesting moments throughout the entire season.
Mhm.
Uh Getting up into the catch fence, I think that was probably number 1. Um
Your neck broke. Got it.
but
You
yeah,
literally see.
I would love to see more of them. They get paid really well. And I, to me, it's kind of interesting that they don't have 15 of them fucking things out there every
Yeah,
time they race because of that fact too.
yeah. When you could just go to the junkyard right in just north of the track and get yourself like a couple $500 junker middle and back end car and just get yourself a decent front
Front
end
car.
car and just go out and at least compete enough to where, hey, you can, win yourself $1,500.
Who wants to put one together? We'll 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 uh we'll get in on that shit. I'll do
Yeah,
it. I'll
I
sit
I
in the
can't
brake car.
I
I
I
don't care.
can't provide a garage for it. I don't got enough room as it is anyway, but if someone is willing to go in on 3, I think Kyle Ray's watching, Kyle
Oh,
Ray,
he'd be good for it.
he'd be good for it.
He could drive. I'll
He
sit in the
could
back,
drive.
bud.
Mhm.
I don't give a shit.
We'll just switch off being we'll put Mike Hunter in the brake car too.
He could sit in the middle.
Yeah, sure. 41 was penalized for rough driving and scored last. Ooh, Jared said his is for sale. Might have to take over the last call and make it first call.
Oh. I know Nicole really wants to like get in one of like just try it and sit in the rear of one of those things. So maybe we might have to do something about that.
Maybe.
Maybe we'll have the AAA service one, A on like each one of the cars.
Mhm.
Something like that. Yeah. Make them all pink. Why not? Why not?
S
Um,
Krylon.
Same with Krylon. Overall, I think it was Wyatt will drive you. Oh,
Yeah,
that's scary.
yeah,
He's gonna send me for a ride.
yeah.
It's
He's gonna
payback.
he's probably literally gonna try and just whip you. He didn't even care. He's just gonna try to
100%.
whip you around.
100%.
You like
I
that?
know I know exactly what he would do to me. But um overall I thought it was a fantastic season. Definitely had its huge high moments and some low moments throughout the year. But that's race season in a nutshell. I mean, you're gonna see that every single year. You're going to have great moments. You're going to have some not so great moments. I think there was a lot more great moments throughout the season this year. Hats off to the new owners for the huge step forward that they've taken that racetrack as far as like updating the facility and um, the cleanliness of it this year, the update, everything that they did to that place was bar none above and beyond what I was expecting, more or less. Um, so the Anderson family, I mean, for your guys' first season, I think that was a huge success overall. The amount of big races that we had this year, which we're going to kind of touch on a little bit here before we end this show on some of the stuff that they got going on already that they announced for next year. But yeah, I thought it was a renowned success for this year. The car counts were fantastic across the board for majority of the season. Really good racing going on. The fans showed up and showed out as they have been for the course of the last 5-6 years that we've seen past COVID. You just didn't quite know what it was going to do when COVID hit, and it's alive and well, right? Like it was a great 2025 season. They got they still got one more race. They got the enduro race to go here in November, and you got the banquet coming up on the 18th. We will fortunately not be there. We have a wedding to go to, Jake and I. Jake's actually in the wedding. It's our cousin getting married, but our kids are going to go, actually. They're going to be there. And they're the only ones getting trophies. Me and you we're screwed. We didn't get shit this year. So
Yeah. I wouldn't expect a trophy if with only making 2 races this year. So
yeah. And I think I only did five on the season.
Something like that.
5. So anyways, I hope you all had the same sentiment. I thought you all, I hope you all had fun. I look forward to seeing everybody again. Coming into next year, we'll be back, and I hope a lot of you all will be back as well. Get to see your bright, shining faces. Like we were talking about prior to the last couple episodes, we are still going to be doing this show here for the next few weeks. I guess I'll go ahead and make the announcement. So like next Tuesday, we're going to continue on this whole Talking to Champions round, and we're going to have Eric Reed from the modified class. He's going to be our special guest next Tuesday night. So tune in for that one because he's a fantastic individual. You guys will get to finally know this guy. He's a really good dude, like really good dude. Had a lot of fun conversations with him this season outside of racing, and really looking forward to kind of talking with him about what he thought coming all the way from Salt Lake City. And yeah, get your questions ready already.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it'll be good talking with him. We've never really had a full out sit down conversation with Eric, but just little chit chats here and there, and congratulations type stuff after races. But just from a little bit talking with him, especially his wife, she spots for him early on in the season. There was some things. I think the one race that I spotted you early on in the season, we were sitting next to each other, and she was confused on some things, and I was like, "Hey, you have a confused look on your face. What's going on?" And she was like, "Well, why do you guys do this? Why do you do that? How does this work? How does that work?" So I, sat down and explained to her, and she was very thankful. So very nice people. Um, Looking forward to talking with Eric and kind of where he came from, how he decided to make the long haul from Salt Lake City every GAM race, and yeah, learn what's going to go on for next year. But same sentiment with you about the year. I won't try and ramble on too much here, but you know, first year for the owners, I think is definitely a success. Having all the big races in, having a lot of national exposure. One, not so much that we would like to have had with the train race and having the fence taken down and it making door bumper clear. But I guess it put us on a national stage nonetheless. But I think for the fact that Kevin Harvick came out and raced both the super late model and the pro late model, and then Keelan coming out and racing the pro late model as well. They seemed super excited about coming next year, and the fact that they came out and raced and loved it and loved the um, amount of fans that came, to those 2 races. I mean, shoot, one of them, I think they were so sold out, they had to block the main road because that it was blocking people coming off the highway.
Yeah.
That's how long it was on the line for the, frontage road. So, that's a huge success. I do think there could be some more improvements next year for overall on the track, not only,
Mhm.
for maybe more improvements that they're gonna be doing, which we've heard some stuff that they're gonna be doing, but it's not 100% confirmed yet. But also to take a step forward in the racing aspect for the racers and and the fans overall for their entertainment. Are you not entertained? I think can definitely take a step forward, going
Yeah.
into next year. So
Yeah.
looking forward to seeing what they're going to do. I hope they take into consideration a lot of the input going into the emails from racers with their suggestions for rules or how to make the racing even better. I really hope they thoroughly go through everything and make it better. I'm
Yeah.
not saying that it's broke and needs fixed, but everything can always be better. Like, even if you have a fast race car, it can always be faster.
Yeah.
So something that's good can always be even better.
Yeah, it's true. Like you said, they made that announcement. The Cars Tour is coming back once May 2nd, or what was it? I think it was May 2nd.
I
And
think
then
it's like the first weekend of the year for or like our track. I think that
track, yeah.
yeah.
They're bringing was that the super late models or was it the pros? Hold on, I gotta go look at it now
I
because
think it was the pros. I think the supers are coming for that summer
in
national.
August,
Yeah.
I'm just before I put my foot in my mouth,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Well,
go
the
look at it.
August race, I think, is the last race for the sprint cars.
Yeah, so the super late models will be here for the 150 lapper May 2nd.
Okay, so
So
super.
it's going to be the super late model race, and then uh, the pro late models tour is coming on August 1st, and that's going to be the Northwest Southwest rivalry race. So it's going to be the summer nationals, and then they're going to have the Legends cars along with that as well. So, yeah, already 2 marquee events, and then there was another one that was announced this last week,
Mhm.
and it's called the Race for the Million. It is a $1 million payout for 4 sprint car races. You got Berlin, Five Flag Speedway, Owasso Speedway, and Colorado National is going to be the last one on the schedule for that. That is going to be fucking incredible.
Oh, yeah, especially since we're the last race of the
Mhm.
4. Oh, that's gonna be fantastic. I cannot wait for that. That's gonna be I we can talk about that going into next year, but I hope to God, 'cause we did kinda look at the schedule, it's only going to be a Saturday show.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll have, obviously, practices and stuff open on Friday, but just 2 classes. Don't over
Yeah.
exaggerate your schedule. Don't fill it full of shit. Not circle tracks, nothing. Or
Circle drags.
circle drags,
Yeah.
s drift cars, nothing. 2 series. If you wanna do, like, late models pro trucks, late models GAMs, like, 2 of your
Pure
top
stocks, super
tier.
stocks.
Yeah, super stocks, pure stocks,
That's
and
it. And sprint
GAMs,
cars.
whatever, and sprint cars. 3 total series that night. That's it.
Right.
Everything else is focused on the sprint cars.
Yeah.
Don't need to over exaggerate it. Don't need to fill it full of shit. That's your race.
Yeah. Not to call the other division shit, but you don't wanna make it so that you're there racing at midnight. I
Exactly. Eh,
100% get what you're saying.
yeah,
Yeah.
and even do kinda what I've seen other tracks do. You start those divisional series at, like, their heat races at, like, 3 o'clock, four
Yeah.
o'clock. Like, you get them started where their main event is starting before they even do anything else with the sprint cars.
Yeah.
Like, they're still practicing when we're doing, like, our, heat race or something, and then by, like,
Yeah.
5:00, 5:30, bam, we're done. And then everything else is focused strictly on the sprint cars.
I do have to say this about the sprint car race because they were just down at Five Flag Speedways this last weekend running the sprint car show down there. Bobby Santos ran a 13.9 around Five Flags.
That is
That's insane.
incredible.
129 miles an hour average speed. Can you imagine? Holy
Oh
shit.
my God. Average
Speed,
Average.
129.
You're doing well over 150 down the straightaway.
Dude, like absolutely nuts. So just I mean, it's going to be incredible to follow those 4 races. They pick some really good racetracks between Five Flags, Owasso, Berlin. Berlin's really fast.
Oh yeah.
And then follow it up here at Colorado National. I mean, it's going to be an incredible show for $1 million payout. That is nuts.
We're hearing that and talking he posted on Facebook already anyway. But Adam Hilton is looking to do all 4 shows, which why not? I mean,
4 shows.
4 shows and you just put all your eggs in that basket.
I'm pretty sure Chris Mueller's going to do it too. Him and I were talking
He's
about that
gonna
on
do it.
Saturday.
Yeah, the only show that he said that would be the toughest to do would be Five Flags. But
Yeah.
if they can make it work, he said he's running all 4. So
Yeah.
we got at least a couple of people going for it, which all 110% support. I will be cheering them on, and please make us proud. I know you're going to make us proud either way by just going.
Think about how many sprint. We thought we had a really good sprint car count for the 2 shows that they show up for over holiday weekend, the 4th of July.
I hope like 40 of them. Fucking
Dude, there's going to be like 50 of them fucking cars show up for that race.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be nuts. Absolutely nuts.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like you said, I'm really looking forward to that. That's probably one of the biggest announcements that we've heard in a long time. That beats the ARCA series coming back. I mean, all of it, right? Like that is the biggest announcement this track has had in a very, very long time.
Mm-hmm.
So really looking forward to that. I mean, speaking of sprint cars, a lot of people locally are going to be going down to Las Vegas here pretty soon, in less than a month. And that you're going to have some people participating in sprint cars. I know Kyle Ray is going to be driving his super mod down there. We have a ton of people that are going to be represented in the legends and the modifieds, as well as the bandos. I mean, it's going to be an incredible experience overall.
And those trophies are badass. Did you see the video of those trophies?
Yeah.
They got the working roulette wheel in the middle of it.
Yep.
Dude, that's badass.
Yeah, and you might see one other familiar face down there participating in that one as well. So
Don't know
yeah,
who.
no, we won't say that.
Right. You never know.
We'll make it a surprise. But anyways, yeah, so really looking forward to going to Vegas. I have never been to the Bull Ring before. Just watched it a bunch of times, obviously, and super excited to go down there with the kids and not only to watch the sprint cars, but to watch the legends and the rest of our local competitors compete down there once again. It's going to be an incredible show. So that's coming up here pretty soon. I know that it'll be broadcasted live on is it Speed Sport? I think it's Speed Sport, right?
Sure.
I'm pretty sure. I think it's Speed Sport. If not, go to openwheelshowdown.com, follow along. It's got the laundry list of names that are participating in all the different divisions. I know the modifieds, the last time I looked, they were up to like 50 drivers. Like the bandos, they got like 30. There's huge car counts going on right now for that show. What are you looking at?
Let's see. The Open Wheel Showdown. Presented by Ask ROI.
Bet9 or something. Bet9.
That was last year's sponsor. This year's different. Damn, it's so full of stuff. Okay.
Dead air, bro.
Yeah. Well, it's just they have so much stuff going on their screen, it's slowing my computer down.
Oh, I got you.
It doesn't say.
I think it's on Speed Sport, but anyways, it's going to be live. It's a really good broadcast. They did a fantastic job last year. We watched both nights, Friday night, Saturday night. They got heat races going on Friday night, and then they got the big shows on Saturday. Pretty spectacular event that Davey Hamilton has put together there. Really excited to go be participating in it. There's some big names. Brexton and Kyle Busch will both be down there. Like I said, a lot of locals will be heading down that way. You got Bobby Santos and Aaron Willison and
Sport, by the way.
Speed Sport, yeah. And all the top dogs from the sprint car series will be making their way out there to win 50 grand. So outside of that, I think that's pretty much it for me. What do you got?
It's hockey season, baby.
It's hockey
That's
season.
what I got. Racing's over. It sucks, but again, great year. Wish we could have raced a little bit more. I know between my health to start the year and then unfortunate events in the middle of the year, kind of put a damper on a lot of our racing this year, especially not wanting to wreck another car going into next year. So we've got some plans coming up that are gonna, we'll announce as they come. But looking forward to next year. But
hey, we at least got another race car coming.
yeah, another year of building a car in the off season.
Hey, at least this year we'll get it like really early
enough to where it's not like March going out and getting the car and getting it
correct
in 3 weeks.
Correct. We're gonna be getting it here in like little over a month or so, like a month and a half. We'll be picking it up, so it'll be ready to rock between now and the beginning of next year. So
Yes.
yes, we just got to figure out what we want to do with the old ones. So if anybody wants an old 13 chassis to use as a lawn ornament, you're more than welcome.
Or if you want a couple of destroyed body panels and George sign it for you. There are some body panels that we were able to save, so we'll reuse. But if there's some body panels anybody would like George to autograph and personally deliver to your house,
Yeah. I like how you threw that part in there. Like, yeah. Come all the way up to Brighton.
Yeah, exactly. Or yeah, if we should call up Dale Jr. and see if he'll take your car for the Dirty Mo Acres.
Oh, the junkyard.
The junkyard, yeah.
That would actually be pretty good.
His NASCAR graveyard.
I got a free car for you. You can throw in that old in your backyard.
I don't see a modified in there. Let's throw a modified in there for you.
You make the call and then I'll deliver it.
Yeah. I'll try my best. I'll DM him on Twitter or X.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh boy. But anyways, yeah, tune in next week. Like I said, we're gonna have Eric Reed on. We'll kind of deep dive further into some more of the off-season stuff. Maybe talk about some of the rules, maybe some of the stuff we'd like to see. I know that Scott was on there commenting earlier that there's a bunch of things that we got to look forward to that he can't obviously say anything about, but I think it'd be kind of fun to talk about some of the other things that you guys would like to see around the racetrack and just kind of have that open discussion. I think it'd be pretty good. So with that being said, for me, that's all I have. Thank you again for tuning in to Hitting the Chip, and go Avs.
Go Avs. Gabriel Landeskog. Oh, captain, my captain.
Jake's got a bromance.
Oh, yes.
Throwing that out there. Big, beautiful, blonde, blue-eyed fucker.
Gotta love him.
Gotta love him. So anyways, all right, thank you all again for tuning in. Be sure to follow us on all our social media channels, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of that. And then until next time, we'll talk to you guys later. Enjoy the evening, everybody.